Namaste, dear friends. This is Blended Pearl, and welcome to Live Enlightened and Free, our cosmic esoteric channel for insights and guidance. And today I'm going to offer to you an insight to a new oracle deck. This particular one is called Secret Language of Light by Denise Jarvie, and you can buy this at L.E.A.F, Live Enlightened and Free, in Bressy-Range, Carlsbad. So it is about, it's a 45 card deck, and the artwork is quite amazing. And this is really, it says here on the box, it says transmission from your soul. And it's really interesting when you start to work with this deck. I went kind of what I call cold turkey into using this particular deck. And you know, sometimes it takes a while for you to get used to the deck or the imagery and the artwork in the deck. And it was like almost immediately that I felt a connection to the deck, that the deck started really speaking through me. And so I've been using it quite a lot in the last couple of weeks, and it's quite amazing just to see like how the channeling comes through as you use this. And I really like to channel with the cards, allow the energy to really what the artist, what the creator of the cards wanted to really express, but then also what your soul transmission is. So I love to channel with these particular cards. I want to read in the book specifically. There is something that I think explains the whole deck in one little sentence, or not really one little sentence. It's a quote by Osho, and it's in the book that you get with it too. So this is a great little book that you get with it, with all the cards and all the meanings, and there's meditations in here too. But this particular thing, when I read this is what I really knew that the deck was going to speak through in such a clear voice, so that it really becomes a channel transmission from your soul. It says, go inwards, find your inner space, and suddenly you will find an explosion of light, of beauty, of ecstasy, as if suddenly thousands of roses have blossomed within you and are full of their fragrance. And so it really feels like that when you read the cards or you work with the cards. It feels like there's this massive explosion of light inside of you. So I'm going to show you the cards too, and then we will do a little reading as well. So the outside of the deck is really pretty too. I just like this like light language, this vibration, this voice that comes through. It's like a harmonic from the universe itself. And then the artwork itself is beautiful. It's just like these like, you know, gorgeous sort of what I like to call like high frequency artwork. I do similar artwork as well, but it's the same sort of like, you know, light splashes. The colors are beautiful. They're very healing in many ways too. You see the vibration of the colors, the imagery. There's earth, there's connection with earth. So it's not just an ungrounding pack too. So it's really, really powerful. There's a couple more here too. There's like expansion. There's sacred geometry in here as well. There's angelic beings. You can see I've been working with this deck for a while. There's angelic beings in here. There's you know, again, these explosions and stuff of light, if you will. It's really, really powerful. This one I haven't seen it, this card, so it's quite amazing. But it's just the artwork is so empowering and so beautiful. So I've been working with this deck for a couple of weeks now, and I've simply been noticing you know, just the messages that seem to come through. So I'm going to shuffle the deck and then see what wants to be read or shared with us for this particular reading as well. So it's not just introducing you to a deck, it can show you how this deck can actually speak for you in a way, or provide the guidance that is really needed. And especially during this time where we are in the world, I think it's important to be using light language, a high frequency language too. So this is really the expression of your soul's essence. And again, you can get this deck at L.E.A.F. They have it on the shelves too. And you can also buy it at L.E.A.F. at liveenlightenedandfree.com. They have a store online as well, so that you can also go and buy things that you see here online. So I've cleared this deck. I've been working with it for a couple of weeks. So my energy has been kind of dispersed through it too. And so I also like to bring in a little bit of astrology. So depending when you see this is going to be the right time for you to hear this message. But where we are currently, we've just had Mercury stationed to go direct. We have Mars next week stationing to go direct too. We also have a new moon coming up in Scorpio. So there's a lot of energy that's going to change and shift, especially deep inside of our core. And so this is why something with the light language and a soul transmission is going to be really powerful for us to really move through where we feel that we are entangled and we feel resistant to. This is going to help inspire us to new levels of experience and beingness. So let us see, I think that feels good. If you're watching this with me, take a deep breath in. Breathe all the way out. Clear your mind for a moment. Let's see what is offered to us today. And I haven't seen this card yet, so it has a yin yang on here too. So it's got that in here as well. It's got like this sort of geometric shape here. I've been seeing this particular shape on the cards a lot, this cross, but since I've been reading with them, in the beginning I just saw this particular cross and then started noticing some of the cards started showing me this higher point above the crown. And then now today, actually it's really interesting that I see a higher point. There's a 7 on the card, so there's some numerology as well that's expressed as well. So the 7 is about this pathway that we're being taken on. It's a bringing of a truth as well. It says nothing has gone wrong. And so it's about finding balance inside of us. So if we can think about the yin yang too, it's about this experience of finding equilibrium more than balance. Balance is where we meet. And then from that place of meeting, we find the equilibrium and the harmony. So it's creating, when we can find that harmony within inside of us to really find that point of essence where we are, it feels like, and then the geometry show me that there's a place from when we find our inner harmony, our inner balance, our inner equilibrium, we start to ignite a new form is shown. And you can actually see like the geometry, it starts, you can see it around here, it grows and it grows, and you can't see it any further than that. But in that place of harmony, when we hold that space of harmony, equilibrium within inside of us, the masculine, feminine, the dark, the light, we start to expand into, like some people like to call it a macabre, our spiritual vehicle. So there's an activation. So when we find harmony within inside of ourselves, balance inside of ourselves, there's an activation. I'm going to see if I can look this up in the book too. So this was card number 7. And let us see what card number 7 says here. So nothing has gone wrong. An obstacle launches new loving requests. There's a meditation here too that we can look at. It says, in the last few days, a change came out of the blue. It may have felt like your body, your mind moved through a crack in reality as your life altered course, as your life altered course so suddenly. Deep within, you have been craving change, and the situation brings new and different experiences to your life. So you can apply it to where we are in the world too. You may be feeling a little lightheaded and dazzled by the brilliance of this expanded version of you. But you are doing so well. So this is time to really look. This is an opportunity to look at your thoughts, ideas, and reactions to your potential success. Like, how are we lining up? I know astrologically that is asking for us to do that. There's some inspired reflections too. The meditation says soul mastery. Focus on what makes you smile. So it says place your hand on the card. This energetically connects you with a symbol on the picture. So this yin yang symbol. Slow your breathing, so maybe we can all slow our breathing together, and think of something that recently happened that helped you gain clarity in your dreams. So what is that? Take a moment. What helped you bring clarity to your dreams? It could be something that pushed a button or inspired a revelation. Just let this information be here as you close your eyes and breathe deeply. And imagine you're breathing red into the blue of your truth. It creates a magenta path to your heart that contains all opposing forces as one. Centered in your heart, you dreamingly feel at peace with all things and yourself, ready to receive wise communication from your soul. Stay here for at least 30 seconds. So let's be here in this place of harmony within our hearts, in our soul, really in that soul connection, finding that inner harmony, that inner balance. And when you feel ready, begin to take a deep breath in and out. Allow yourself to flow with the inevitable changes this beautiful world offers you. So allow us to find that essence of flow. When we're in harmony with inside of ourselves, within that equilibrium with inside of ourselves, it doesn't matter what the earth world shows us, brings to our plate. We can take that. In Buddhism, they say this ocean of intrinsic sweetness. We find that middle path, that space where we can open up into. So allow yourself to flow with inevitable changes this beautiful world offers to bring you closer to your soul truth. They say everything that we experience in life is for our soul truth. It's for our soul expansion. And then open your eyes to love. Let us use this vision of love. This is the astrology that's been shown, is to use this vision of love. Inspired reflections and actions. The black swirl, the yin-yang symbol, represents the receptive feminine force, and the white, the masculine, the creative force. A circle of the opposite force exists within both sections. So nothing can live on the physical plane without its opposite, and neither party is superior to the other, like this guidance. When you experience both sides, healing begins. If anything feels unbalanced, look for the counterpart in your life to bring balance. And then you can also do some journal working on work on that. So it says, the secret language of light, transmissions from your soul. The cards are absolutely beautiful, but the book gives you a lot of details as well. It's quite a great deck to work with in terms of healing. That is what I've been finding, is like this essence of healing. The cards themselves are so beautiful. The design is gorgeous. The patterns that you find, I've always find myself like really taken back by the artwork, and I can spend some time like really meditating on the artwork too. So if I was you, I would take time to really meditate. If you grab this deck at L.E.A.F, the secret language of light, and you use this deck, really take time to meditate on this and see what the languaging that wants to come through from your soul transmission. This is really about finding like this, when we find this balance within inside, we see that nothing is greater or lesser than, that everything is required to be in this harmonic state. And from that harmonic state, not a place of resistance or fear, we start to grow into our greatness. That really feels like a great message for us to all to hear, inspiring message. So hopefully all of that made some sense in some way. And this is Belinda Pearl, and I look forward to seeing you all again next week. And come into L.E.A.F, Live Enlightened and Free, and grab a deck, The Secret Language of Light. We look forward to seeing you all again soon. Namaste.